Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have another reaction video. I'm sorry I haven't done the one from Stallion yet. Stallion made a video like not too long ago when it came to like the comparison between you and Olgen. I might do it after this one and just kind of have some fodder videos up. I call them fodder videos, but honestly, I do really well on the YouTube channel. I think the player reviews are actually more, not the main player reviews, but the market player reviews. Those ones are definitely more fodder. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to get those going. I think I might have to do like them in like full squad or something, but yeah, we have a new video here that one of my mods sent me. He's like, maybe you want to react to this since the content is kind of like dead today for the Thursdays. Thursdays are usually like this. They don't really do too much on the Thursdays. Honestly, it would be nice if they did this on a Saturday so that I could actually do stuff with the family, you know, but sometimes they release some crazy stuff on the Saturday and then we got to do all that stuff, right? So but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and react to this video that NEPENTHEZ did for Dear EA Sports. I think when Nep talks about certain things in FIFA, I think he looks at it mainly from a perspective of like the 1 o'clock release stuff, because that is, I think, his main content for the most part. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what he has to say, because he does a lot of the menu grinding stuff. We do 1 o'clock contents too. Like a lot of our stuff is like based off of the live content that they release, which, to be fair, November was actually the best month I've had on YouTube, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, definitely was the best month. And it's very unfortunate because the 1 week of the World Cup, it was the second World Cup team, they released absolutely horrendous content for the entire week, and it was still my best month. So if that was a good week for content like it was in the last week for like Black Friday, it would have been significantly better. But it's still the best, which is awesome. But that 1 week would have been really cool if they actually did like a bunch of stuff for it, right? I gotta take a shower. Look at my hair, it's on fire. But yeah, let's go see what he has to say.
Hello.
I have to put this significantly higher. Yeah, okay. Cool beans, cool beans.
Okay, I don't know what to say, mates. I said it the other day, I'll say it again. Sorry I'm out of focus, it's because I leaned back away from my camera. There's a lot to do in this game. There's loads of objectives, there's loads of player SBCs, there's loads of upgrade SBCs. But the problem is for the upgrade SBCs and the player SBCs, there's no reasonable way to accumulate fodder over a longer period of time, other than reward days and swap tokens. And then for the milestone and player SBCs, they're generally way behind the power curve, to the point where nobody wants to do them for how hard it is to get them, for how good they are in game. And it just leaves this game in a shambles, man. Like I say, man, I get it. I get it. Like, they're having, like, one of the best, you know, like, according to them, they're like loads of sales.
Yeah, it's like this every year, though. It's because gaming in general, like, people need to understand this, okay? Gaming in general is not the craziest right now, right? Like FIFA, here's the thing that people do not understand, okay? Because this has been a thing for years, okay? FIFA and Call of Duty will forever be the main games that we, in this community right now, will play every single year. My hair is literally on fire, look at this. But every single year, it is only going to be FIFA and Call of Duty, right? Both of these games can be a shambles. Or I haven't been into Call of Duty for the last like 3 or 4 years, right? This year, apparently the game is a little bit better, but I've been turned off by Call of Duty completely. But FIFA, it's just a game that we buy every year. At the end of the day, it's the only football simulator that people have. And video games right now are not that crazy, you know? Like, the only game, guys, I'm a gamer in general. I like to play different games, right? But the only different game right now that I'm willing to play that, like, I actually kind of want to get better at and stuff is Overwatch, right? But Overwatch, at the end of the day, is just an updated version of the first game, you know? And that's a game that's like 7, 8 years old when I played it during that time period. So that's where the state of gaming is. That's why, like, their numbers will continue to go up, because at the end of the day, there's not really much else to play, right? It kind of makes sense.
Loads, like, they've sold more copies of FIFA, more people are playing FIFA than ever before, they're making more as much or more money than ever before. But it's like they just don't give a about the community that helps build their game and helps platform their game. It's like they're at a point where they're like, well, you guys can off because we've got ours now. How do you know that? Because it's a public company, right? So all the information is public. Like, I literally exactly agree with that sentiment. Like, they have killed my enjoyment of this game. And listen, when we had League SBCs, I still found things to complain about the game. But guess what? I still sat on it hours and hours and hours every day because of League SBCs. But it is literally the case of, if you don't spend money, you don't matter. If you don't spend money, you're not important.
He's talking about like the fodder grind, right? I tell you guys this every year. I told you that listen, I say this in every video, but like you could see into the future with this stuff, man. Okay? If they just had a game mode, like a tournament mode where you can collect coins consistently so that you can get fodder, you're chilling, you know? But division rivals, you get your wins, you're done, and then you play drafts, and the only way you're gonna get any sort of things from draft is from FIFA points because the market is so low right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you fix so I told you this FIFA 17, man, like FIFA 17, 18. I complain about it every single year up until now. Just add that one mode. Because you add this is not even a video he'd make, because you cannot complain about getting fodder if that existed, but it doesn't exist, right? And guys, I'm a grinder. When I play a video game, like it's like influenza. I have a sickness, okay? Like especially for a game like FIFA football, I don't care, dude. I'm trying to collect every player, every club, everything in general. So if they had that mode where you can consistently get coin rewards, right? Like back in the day, we used to have divisions. This wouldn't be a complaint, you know, because there's always a reason to play. There's always a reason to grind. And that'd be sick. Like I said, I try to make this video for people like in the World Cup mode. And of course, you're going to get people like, oh, why would you complain about this? The fact that people cannot attain every single one of those World Cup cards, even the cards that are super generic, like the K card or Kai card from Canada and stuff, right? It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's the World Cup. It's the best competition in the world. You understand? So they should have made the World Cup promo a good one. You know, like those cards should have all been, you know, you should have been able to grind them all. But at the end of the day, you grind them all, and where does it lead to? It leads to nothing. Because if you get to the elite division, you will not use those cards. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not going to play classic matches because, you know, classic matches is a whole... I try to, you know, I say this in a lot of videos, but I try to get this idea for people that in FUT Champs, right? If you, like, FUT Champs has the best matchmaking because you're not facing garbage kids, right? You're facing at least competent players. Competent is all I ask for. So if you had a system in FUT Champs where you have your one qualification thing, you play it, you either qualify or you don't. But after whether or not you qualify or you don't, you should still be able to replay FUT Champs in a different matchmaking while getting coin rewards. Like a tournament mode, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you get like 5 out of 10 wins or 6 out of 10 wins or whatever, like you should have that system in your game so that people can consistently grind through gameplay. Your game and the way that it's formatted is menu stuff. It's true. It's menu stuff, man. You know, the transfer market player review cards this year, like people don't even care about them. Because, like, they're not going to try them, you know? Like, they're just going to play FUT Champs and be like, okay, I'm good, you know? That's the idea that I have, just because of the way that the game is currently formatted. Like, you should just be able to replay FUT Champs with a different matchmaking, right? Because you would have the initial matchmaking to play against people that are also trying to qualify. And if you don't qualify, you would have to go play division rivals again, build up your skill, your whatever they're called, the points for FUT Champs points. And then you could do the qualification again. And then if you beat the qualification, you get it. Then you have this open matchmaking where you can just earn coins, earn your fodder, get all these cards, right? And you have that open matchmaking type game mode where you can just continuously grind. And it'd be sick. Because for me, personally, what I would do is I would use my full meta team, play the elite division, get my 8 wins in the week. Because honestly, that system is really good. It's only really bad right now because of the way that the current game is. Okay? It's bad now. But it's not bad if you have a balance with another game mode. Okay? So whatever, you play the sweatiest FIFA ever, you get your 8 wins, and you're done. You know what I'm saying? And then someone who is new to the game or not as good as the game, that's the whole point of the game, is to grind from the top, from the bottom to the top. And you will keep grinding until you hit the top. And then when you hit the top, it's the bounce factor. I always tell you guys, the bounce factor is very important. This wouldn't even be a video if you had this game mode. I've said this on Twitter many times. I've said this in videos many times. You create such a balance in your game for everybody if you just create that game mode. That's it, you know?
Should be
the best one is the World Cup. 3 rounds, the 3 qualifying games. You get a bronze pack, a bronze player pack every game. That's so good because you could put bronze to silver, silver to gold. It's perfect, okay? But you have that. You get your rewards for qualifying into the actual round of 16 or round of 8. I forget what it was in the actual mode. And then you get your rewards for trying to win the whole thing. That's the best game mode we've ever had, man. It's the best. And they should implement that into Ultimate Team. It would make this game so good. Because to be honest with you guys, this is the first gameplay that is okay to play, not amazing, right? But okay to play ever since FIFA 15. I'm sorry to say, it's true, okay? So it's like you just save so much trouble. You do. Like this team that he has on his screen, I would try to have all the Eredivisie players, like, you know?
Free to play at this point, like legitimately, Trey wins, legitimately. This should not be a game that we spend 60, 70, 100 pounds on. This should be a game that you could just download and play for free, and then the microtransactions carry it. What happened? All we got today was marquee matchups and a daily SBC. That in itself isn't the problem. The problem is that we've had untradeable store packs that have had abysmal pack weight. All reward.
EA should be ashamed of themselves for that 100 pack. I don't know why they added that into the game. You're actually garbage for adding that into the game. I want you to know that right now. You're absolute trash, okay? I didn't get I opened many of those packs for a lot of people. Didn't get I don't think there was a single good thing that was worth the value of that pack. Horrible. What an absolute rip. That's a scam. That's literally a scam pack. We talk about scam EA this, scam EA that. That's a scam pack if I've ever seen one, you know?
Rewards and objective packs and everything is geared towards untradable. Everything that was tradable has been minimized and downgraded. Marquee matchup packs now terrible because they're tradable. The gameplay content is awful and requires way too much time investment in horrible gameplay for cards that are way behind the power curve. The menu content is,
except for Vieira. Vieira is good.
Really good. If there was a way to grind the players in the clubs, but there's not. You have to spend, or you have to spend your life on the transfer market, and people just can't do it. You can't have, like, I understand what EA probably sit there and say, oh, not every SBC is meant for everybody. You know, there's some SBCs for people that love certain players, certain SBCs, etc., etc. But if that's the case, communicate that. Tell us that. Explain something to us, because last year and the year before and the year before, we could grind League SBCs and complete every League SBC, every SBC that came out, everything. We could do the menu gameplay because it wasn't extortionate to get an 82 rated player. You didn't need to play 20 games to get an 82 rated player. That is so far behind the power curve, it wouldn't even sell on the market. This year, these players are abysmal. They take way too long to get. Everything's on the floor in the market. Everything's untradeable.
Like I said, all the things he's complaining about, we wouldn't complain about, because the cards are, they're not, listen, they're not good because the game's current format makes them garbage, okay? Makes them garbage. Because guys, we play on the RTG accounts. Like I did the 422 tactic video, and you know, I was using like rare gold Bernardo Silva, rare gold Diogo Jota, right? But in the Foot Champs game mode, it's fine. But when you get to the Elite Division, it's like, you know, you gotta have the Neymars, the Mbappes, all these types of guys, right? Yeah, what he's complaining about, it's a simple fix. You have the proper game modes. Game mode one. I've asked for only one, EA, for the past 4 or 5 years. Okay, one. You like, these people don't like, you don't make these videos. You don't. I'm telling you, you won't. Because whatever card they release, you would just use them, bro. Like the Canada team, bro, I could put like 6 players, 7 players in the team. Sure, they're not amazing, right? But they're decent enough for the Foot Champs matchmaking, not the Elite matchmaking. Foot Champs matchmaking.
And the menus are dead because you can't grind anything. It's honestly just we are in, like, 4 years ago, if you guys weren't playing this game 4 years ago, or 4 years more before that, right? You missed out on the best times in FIFA, right? The World Cup modes, they were the best.
Oh, at least NEP says it, because the whole community hated the mode because they got players too quickly. And I hate the community till this day because they said that. The dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Imagine complaining because you get all the cards. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my there's two things with the community. Well, three things. One was the inconsistent gameplay back in the day when you guys thought I was crazy, right? You don't think I'm crazy now. The two main ones is that World Cup mode where people complain about getting cards like too quickly. I'm like, are you guys out of your minds? This is how I know you're menu people and you don't want to play the game. How do you complain about getting all the cards? If I played Ultimate Team and they gave me all the cards, I would be caking it in this game. It'd be so much fun. And then the second one, I can't remember right now. But yeah, thank God he's saying it, bro, because it's like, it was a good mode, man. I can't believe you were like, I'm getting the cards too quickly. Bro, they got 40 games out of me when it came out in FIFA 18, and I hated that gameplay with the deepest passion, okay? I hated it. Not as much as 19, but I hated that gameplay, bro. And they still got 40 games out of me. You know how crazy that is? Bro, my RTG right now has 100, you know?
Everybody was looking forwards to the World Cup mode this year. Everybody.
That's not true. I'm sorry. Looking forward to, I don't know looking forward to, because the community complained about getting the cards too quickly. It's gonna stay in my head for the rest of my life. I'm telling you that when I saw that they were gonna add, because dude, my boy, literally in real life, he's like, because I kept talking to him about it. He's like, because he watches my videos, right? And I kept telling him, I'm like, dude, you have no idea what FIFA is, bro. If they have this FIFA World Cup mode as an actual game mode in the game, FIFA would be so sick. And then he was like, you know, he saw the announcement for the World Cup and he's like, oh, you must be happy that they're putting that thing in. And then initially I was like, yes, I'm so happy that they're adding this mode in. No mode. Promos for cards that they could have done without the license, man. They could have just called it something different and still done the same promo. It was so stupid. They get these licenses for no reason, man. They use them for promos. It's so dumb. Why? Because you can have this little image over here where it says World Cup or whatever. Who cares? You could have still done this. You did it before. You did it before the Champions League. You did it before the World Cup. You did what do they do back in the day? They did like man of the match cards for the World Cup games. You guys remember that? You did it before. You buy the license to do promos. And then not only that, but you get the license, right? But then you put that tournament mode in the regular online seasons. Tunch, man. I never seen in my life. Dumb. That's so dumb. I play that mode. I'm like, okay, guys, we're done. No, I didn't even get a celebration at the end. We won the World Cup. Nothing. You know? Dude, if they had, bro, that tournament mode would have saved the game. I'm telling you. You know, because the gameplay is better this year than it was on all these years. It has been, bro.
The only complaint you could have was, I hope it wasn't like the last World Cup where they introduced the Icon SBCs too early and everyone had an Icon team within 4 or 5 days. That was the only thing that was wrong with it.
It's not wrong though. Everyone has it. Who cares? It's not wrong to have players to use in the game. I don't understand this logic. I'm sorry, I don't, bro. I don't. Or if everyone has it, who cares? You yourself are using it. Bro, I love that I had I had a full meta team with I had Ronaldinho, I had Lothar Matthäus. My team was so good. You guys can watch like the older videos. It was so good, man. I was like, oh, this is the first year I have a full meta team. But even still, if I played it consistently right now, right, I would constantly rotate that team. I would play. Like, this is what would have happened during that time period if I was actually okay with the gameplay, at least a little bit, right? I would have played with that full meta team. I would have gotten bored with it, as I do with FIFA in general, right? And then I make a different team. I would get some like South American links with like the European links and stuff, you know, just make a different team and try to like win the World Cup again. Because that's the best part, is having all the players and winning and trying to win the World Cup every time. Bro, imagine like they gave us like the Portuguese team back then, bro. The Portuguese players right now, let me do a Portuguese run, let me do I could do a Saudi Arabia run, like, you know what I'm saying? It was sick because I had all the players, you know.
But the World Cup mode was just godly, right?
It was godly. It's the best game mode we've ever had in FIFA. I tell this to people all the time.
So when they didn't give us a World Cup mode this year and instead gave us this absolute abomination of a screen, right? People...
This is trash, man. I'm telling you, it's trash.
People in their heads are thinking, well, guess what? We're going to get insane content. It must be insane, the content that we're getting. It must be, because they've taken away the World Cup mode.
What's up, guys? NEPENTHEZ here.
Instead, we're getting player picks from objectives and SBCs that were in the game 2 months ago. Yeah, we're getting a Robert Lewandowski who's way too expensive compared to his card. We're getting all of these SBCs that are here from for World Cup related content that are absolutely abysmal. We're getting dynamic duos for the World Cup because they're nation themed that are so they wouldn't even get into the teams.
Yeah, I mentioned this in the video too. These ones are so bad. I don't know. I don't get their concept, because like Posh and Arnautovic was actually a good dynamic duo, but then the rest of them complete garbage. It's so weird, man. You wouldn't even get this card in the beginning of the year. Like, you know, when they released Mbemba and Suarez as the first one, you wouldn't even get these cards during that time period. It's so crazy, man. You don't have... It's so weird that they release these cards because you don't have the game mode for you to use these cards. Like, it's... You know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
Like, if you're going to go down this route of making people spend money on FIFA points to be able to complete the SBCs, at least make the SBCs worth it. At least make this Wilson, like, 92 rated.
What did I say? What did I say in one of the videos? I think I was like, yo, even if these guys were Portuguese, I wouldn't do them.
Who gives a if he's 92 rated anyway? Because every I play on this game has Al-Owaran and Mbappe and Form Haaland up front. So what difference does it make? You got Cristiano Ronaldo can't even sell on the market because no one gives a about him. I don't understand what they're going for. All they're doing is off the core community that build this game, that keep this game alive, that keep this game active. Because if you this group off, and I don't mean me or content creators, I mean you guys in my stream, you guys in Bait stream or Zway stream or Nick stream or Skill stream, you guys watching Pieface, or you guys watching Matt HD Gamer, whatever content creator you choose, whatever person you're watching, you're the people that are the foundation of this game. Because if you go to school or to work or to uni or something and you say, oh, guys, did you get on FIFA last night because of this thing? You're spreading the good vibes for the game. And the casuals are like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me go and have a look. But if instead you're going there and be like, man, this game is don't bother getting that. It might take a year or two, but it will filter down and the game will just die out, man. I'm not saying they have to appease us.
It's never gonna die. It just can't. Gaming is like it's like I said. These two games, bro. If FIFA, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something, okay? If FIFA, I always tell this. If FIFA 19, the absolute acid that spills from garbage shouldn't even be. It should be wiped from existence. Thanos should snap, and the game should no longer exist. That's how horrible that game. If that game can survive the entire year, FIFA will never die. You know, to be fair to EA, listen, man, even if they make their content worse and worse, they still do the Friday promos. They still do their daily content, whatever it is that they choose to do nowadays, right? Like we just have to adapt to whatever they do. Like some days that they release content, I'm like, okay, I'll do a tactic video today. I'll do a tutorial video today, you know, and just take it from there, because you just gotta adapt to what they give you at this point, because like they're gonna do whatever they want anyways, right? But yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Individually for our own personal desires and needs on this game, but as a community, listen to what we want, man. Like give us something, because this game is it's and it's sad, man. Me.
It is nothing but a fax. Yeah. it do be like, yo, we do share play content now, bro. Share play content's the easiest form of content to make. That's what we gotta do now, man, to survive in this world. Man. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give you guys the thoughts. FIFA, listen, at the end of the day, FIFA can't die. It's not possible. If FIFA 19 can survive, FIFA can't die. It's not possible. And like I said, to be fair to them, they do the Friday promos, the new Friday team coming out, they'll be decent and stuff. You'll take it from there. You'll get whatever EA gives you, and then just you go from there. At this point, you know. But yeah, it's funny, man, because that second week of the World Cup, that was a bad week, bro. Whoo! That was a bad week, my brothers. Let me tell you, that was a bad one. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's we don't complain because we're ungrateful about our position in life. We are grateful, guys, 100%. We get to play a video game for a living. But EA or FIFA does have a game where they do rely on content, right? Like content, the game relies on it heavily. Like, and you notice it a lot in that second week of the World Cup mode where the game was essentially dead. They didn't really do that many cool things. The SBC cards they released during that week were horrible. I don't even think I reviewed most of them. The showdown cards this year have been absolutely horrendous. Like, they've just been really, really bad cards, you know? So, yeah, I don't know who they're making these. They're making the cards for the casuals because, like, you'll never see them being used in the higher divisions. You'll never. Maybe at Foot Champs. For a Foot Champs run, you will, but that's why Foot Champs is the best matchmaking, man. I'm telling you. It's the best one now. So, yeah, maybe in the future they do some sort of thing to Foot Champs where you can replay it consistently and get coin rewards from it or something so that complaints like this would not happen. Let's be real. It wouldn't, because at the end of the day, at least you have something to do in the game consistently, right? So, because here's the thing, right, with video games. So with video games in general, if you were to play FIFA, your initial grind is to get to the elite division, right? That's your initial grind. Every day you hop on FIFA, that's going to be your initial grind. But to be fair, there's going to be some people that are going to get to a certain division, and then all they're going to do is lose, right? They're just going to lose, and they will not progress. And that's where the game becomes unfun, is if you consistently lose. That's why open matchmaking is a little bit better, because like at least they'll win from time to time. They'll get that satisfaction. But some people hit a certain point in division rivals where they will just consistently lose. So what they have to do is they actually have to wait a week or two to play division rivals again to get people that are around their actual skill to go through again. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, there's just no balance for the game modes. That's why people make these types of videos and stuff. Like I said, I always mention to people all the time, the World Cup mode. I kept talking about it even before this game came out. I was like, World Cup mode this, World Cup mode that. And then they didn't release it. You know, they just did a promo that they could have done without the license anyways. So it was just stupid. It really was. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. Be sure to check out the original video from NEPENTHEZ. And I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.